Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into a topic that seems so simple, so lovely on the surface. Skin-to-skin contact.
Yeah.
For newborns and parents.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just picturing a nice little cuddle, well, we're here to tell you there's so much more going on.
Oh, absolutely.
Our mission today is really to unpack the powerful, evidence-based stuff behind it. It goes way beyond just feeling nice.
It really does. It's fascinating because the sources show it's not just intuitive. It's this really powerful biological tool, almost fundamental.
Fundamental.
Yeah, a fundamental part of newborn care.
Mm-hmm.
It actively helps regulate the baby's major systems right from the start.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty amazing when you look into it.
Okay, so let's be clear then. Skin-to-skin contact. We mean placing a naked baby, right, directly onto a parent's bare chest.
Exactly. Bare chest.
It feels so natural, almost primal. And yet, like you said, the sources are showing this huge impact. It sounds almost too simple for how effective it is.
Well, that's the thing. It's not just a nice-to-have moment, The evidence really points to it being quite crucial for the baby's whole transition.
Transition to the outside world.
Precisely. From the womb to breathing air and regulating their own body. Skin-to-skin sort of activates this biological blueprint for adapting. It affects really basic, essential processes.
Okay, wow. So with that foundation, let's dive into the benefits.
Yeah. Specifically
for the baby first. Because the range of effects is, well, it's kind of astonishing, isn't it?
It really is. The advantages for the infant are numerous and quite profound.
Okay.
So first off, temperature regulation. The parent's chest isn't just warm, it actually adapts. It can heat up or cool down slightly to keep the baby at the perfect temperature.
Seriously, it adapts.
Yeah, it's like a living thermostat, much more responsive than, say, an incubator in many ways.
Wow. Okay, what else?
Then there's stabilizing their heart rate and breathing. Think about it. The baby hears the parent's heartbeat, feels their breathing rhythm.
Like a calming influence.
Exactly. It helps regulate their own little systems. Then blood sugar levels. Skin-to-skin helps stabilize those right after birth, which is really important for their energy.
Okay, that makes sense.
And big one here, it promotes breastfeeding. Babies who get immediate skin-to-skin, they're much more likely to find the breast on their own, latch correctly. It kickstarts those instincts.
So it helps with feeding right away.
Mm-hmm. And finally, it reduces crying and stress. We see lower levels of cortisol, that's the stress hormone, in babies who have skin-to-skin time.
Less stress from the very beginning.
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly important.
It really is. Lower stress early on has potential long-term benefits for, brain development and emotional regulation.
It's just incredible how a parent's presence, just their body, can provide all of that. Temperature control, heart regulation, stress reduction.
Wow. It's a whole package of physiological support, really.
Okay, so it's clearly amazing for the baby.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned it's not a one-way street. What about the benefits for the parents? The sources talk about that too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's just as significant for the parents. A really powerful two-way interaction.
How so?
Well, number one is bonding. Skin-to-skin massively boosts oxytocin levels.
The love hormone.
That's the one. And critically, it boosts it in both the parent and the baby. So it really cements that connection, that feeling of closeness and trust right from the start.
Okay, that's huge.
Then, for mothers specifically, it stimulates the hormones needed for milk production. So it can actually help increase milk supply.
Directly helps with breastfeeding success from the mother's side, too.
Yes. And that same oxytocin release, it also helps the uterus contract after birth.
Which is important for recovery.
Very important. It helps reduce postpartum bleeding. And another really significant point is the potential impact on mental health.
Okay.
The combination of the hormonal effects, the bonding, the reduced baby stress, it all seems to contribute to lowering the risk of postpartum depression or PPD.
So it's physical recovery and emotional well-being for the parent.
Exactly. It supports them on multiple levels.
When you put the parent benefits alongside the baby benefits, it paints a picture of, well, a much stronger start for the whole family, doesn't it?
It really does. It creates this kind of positive feedback loop. A more regulated baby is often easier to care for. The parent feels more connected and confident. Milk supply might be better. It all links together.
A synergistic effect, like you said earlier.
Precisely. And if we step back and look at the big picture from the sources, the message is really clear.
Which is?
That doing regular skin-to-skin time is one of the simplest yet most effective things parents can do. It doesn't cost anything, it feels good, and the benefits are just immense.
Free, Easy and enjoyable with huge payoffs. It really does sound like a foundation.
A foundation for bonding, yeah, and for breastfeeding, and just smoothing out that transition into the fourth trimester.
That intense adjustment period after birth.
Right, for everyone involved. It's a practical thing with profound rewards.
It really is quite something.
It makes you appreciate how powerful these sort of innate biological processes are, doesn't it? Something so natural holding so much benefit.
It absolutely does. Which leads to a final thought, maybe for you listening. Given how incredibly effective and free and natural skin-to-skin is, what does this tell us about the power of our built-in biological connections? And maybe what other simple fundamental practices like this are we potentially overlooking in our busy modern lives? Something to think about.